Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
That hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Judge Mathis is on the order of the dialogue, speaking on the Nolan Ryan case. And this is a judge who also understands our experience in America, undeniably, undoubtedly. So we finna get his perspective on it, man. Oh, my mama, it's no question foul play is a hand.
Judge Mathis, happy to have you back, my man. So much I want to get into. Had to bring you back on to follow up on this Nolan Wells case, man.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. So much to get into. I don't want to waste no time. I want to get right into it. How you feel about this second autopsy that was done on Nolan Wells?
Yes, I think when we last spoke, we were awaiting the forensic autopsy because the original autopsy performed by the county examiner, we just weren't convinced it would be independent, quite frankly, because we weren't getting enough information from law enforcement. And so the forensic autopsy came back.
Remember that first, that lady, that Hick lady, what they call her? The examiner, she was bushy.
And lo and behold, even though they're trying to downplay it, and I understand Ben Crump and NAACP and others don't want to try and jump to conclusion or step too far out.
Ben Crump needs some younger representation on his team, more contemporary. We love Ben Crump. However, times change, and I don't think he's the best public speaker to articulate our team's message at any given point in time.
But the forensic autopsy showed that there was what they call discoloration. No, I call them bruises in the back of the head, appearing that someone has had their hand pressed at the back of their head, at the back of Nolan's head. That's concerning to me. And so hopefully we'll get some more insight on that. I'm not sure. It seems like there's another opportunity for them to investigate something physiological. I'm just not sure, because as far as I knew, the forensic autopsy is as far as you go, but we'll see. But yeah, that's what causes new concern. And then you've had different stories coming out from the teenagers. One of the young men himself spoke out about it, claiming they had begged Nolan to get on the boat, and that he wouldn't. Then there's the woman that he's supposed to have stayed back with. I find
it crazy. Every time they talk about telling him to get on the boat, it's like, we told him, get on the boat. It's like they conscious bother him. They said, we told him, get on the effing boat. Like, they want to let you know it was more aggressive than that. But they don't want to let you know how aggressive it really was, or why you feel like you have to speak to him like that. Because in the same breath, they say it's not common to hear people saying they're going to go with someone else, and they keep mentioning he was in the company of this young lady.
Katie or something. Well, he was supposed to have stayed back with Katie. That was their story. However, Katie's friend says that Katie hasn't. She saw him only in passing on the island, didn't stay with him, and Katie isn't saying anything at all. So it's a lot of moving parts here, and I'm just hoping it's not one of those, quite frankly, and if his friends didn't have anything to do with it and they truly left him behind, et cetera, he has discoloration, bruises on the back of his neck. Something happened. And quite frankly, this is Mississippi, where in 1955, which sparked the civil rights movement, Emmett Till was killed for so-called whistling at a white woman. And now we're hearing Nolan Wells stayed back to be with a white woman, and he turns up dead with bruises behind his neck. That's the context I'm putting this in. It's Emmett Till, perhaps all over.
Mississippi Burning.
Oh, so you feel like the dynamics between Nolan Wells and Emmett Till is similar?
Well, the dynamics are the same.
He just named
He's
him.
with a white woman, or allegedly said something with, or however you view it, with a white woman, and there's a suspicion that white men killed him. And that was the case with Emmett Till. He so-called whistled as a kid. 13 was he? Whistled so-called the one.
And they know for a fact them white boys did Emmett Till like that, and they beat it.
Woman at the store, white woman says he whistled at her. What happened? White men killed him. And that's why I'm making that analogy. But it could altogether be untrue. But I'm making the analogy as a possibility. And that is the case of my thought processes.
So it was actually bruises behind his neck.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, what else? Why is it only there?
That's D, because he ain't even mentioning all the reports about the missing organs. I guess that's a lot more normal than we thought.
In the back of your neck, which is coincidentally how you drown somebody. You put the head in the back of the neck and not let them up, and they try and push up, but you got the head down, so the head bruises in the back of the neck because somebody tried to hold it down or did hold it down. I'm only presenting the facts, and I only made the analogy to Emmett Till because it's the same optics. However, do I know whether it's the same? Do I know any of the factors that I'm suggesting is accurate? No, but I am making observations about the facts as I see them. And then I am, yes, speculating. And quite frankly, in the law, you're not supposed to speculate. You're supposed to have hard facts. But in this case, since nobody's given us any hard facts, we can't get in the information that we need, then yes, we're left to only speculate.
His organs was missing during his autopsy, right?
Yeah, and they allege now that that's standard. I'm not sure about that, so I can't tell you. I don't know about autopsy.
That's crazy. I mentioned that. Now he double back and answer my speculations. That's crazy. So he not as confident in those reporters, I assume.
He's in that sense. But they said one of his lungs and then parts of his throat.
All this, yeah.
And I read that that's typical, but I just don't know. And I'm not one to try and find something that is not there. I mean, we have enough that's there that we don't have to go looking too further. Did they take the organs out? Did they do whatever with the throat? Well, that's down the line. What we do know, because we don't know why and results and what that process is. Are they taking tissues from those organs and analyzing them for further evidence or insights, etc.? We don't know. I
think there should have been an attempt to have the independent autopsy first before they bullshit autopsy.
We do know is that he left and drowned, and his buddies are not speaking, and the one that just spoke about it acted as if they pressured him to leave and he wouldn't. However, they left his phone. They have that. They don't present it to his mother as a average person would. Time I get back, he didn't come with us. He left his phone. I'm calling your parents. And I understand that they didn't even call him immediately after finding out that he had been drowned or that he had drowned. So that's certainly the time that you call and say, hey, I see he's drowned. I have his phone. No, they waited. And in fact, some of the information had been deleted from that phone that had been there. And put all those things together and the discoloration on the neck, and I'm convinced that someone did something wrong. Yes, I am.
If it was bruises behind his neck, yeah, that needs to be looked into. It sounds like he got
No question. I'm glad Judge Mathis is on code. He understands it. He don't sound like Officer Tatum or some lost loser. If you want to hear the entirety of his conversation on the subject, going over to the Art of Dialogue. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells, man. It's fucked up, young brother.
Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You gonna feel different.
Hey, Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.